SpongeBob has changed throughout the years. Classic SpongeBob was hilarious, and I'm talking about the old classic SpongeBob. It brought joy to me, and it was something hilarious you can watch if you're feeling down. However, SpongeBob has changed over the years since Steven Hillenburg left the show. They sort of changed the characters by making Patrick become a jerk in season 6, I think, and in season 7. They made Squidward become meaner to SpongeBob, and they made SpongeBob more naive and more naive and more dumb, but not dumb enough. Before he was naive, not stupid, in classic SpongeBob, but then in season 6 they made him more naive. Season 4 is kind of like pre-movie SpongeBob, but it's not really. There are some episodes that are like pre-movie SpongeBob in season 4, but some episodes just aren't pre-movie. Most episodes aren't like pre-movie SpongeBob in season 4. Season 4 is okay. Season 5 is just alright. Then the characters had changes. The Krabs became more greedy. Sandy became a scientist, which is okay. But she kind of broke out of her karate phase for some reason. And she was just that tough squirrel. That iconic tough squirrel. Now she became a smart scientist. Well, Sandy's always smart, but she became an intelligent scientist for some reason. Instead of the smart, tough squirrel who has to do karate. Instead of the tough nature squirrel who has to do karate. I don't know what changed. Or, I don't know the writers. New writers. Seeing classic SpongeBob. I don't know if they brought back new writers. I think Steven Hillenburg left his crew. I don't know if they brought back new writers or if they haven't seen classic SpongeBob, because they definitely haven't seen classic SpongeBob. But I don't know what has changed. I know that the writing has changed, but what else has changed? Let's see. Oh yeah, the characters, the writing. I don't know why the writing has changed though. Maybe they brought back new writers or something, but I like these changes. And as a kid, I did not realize that it had so much changes to the show. But then Steven Hillenburg came back in season 9, and the show in season 9 got better, but not close to pre-movie SpongeBob. But it was still, season 9 was still a good season. It was a great season though, in my opinion. And then after that, in season 10, it goes back to being the season goes back to being slightly off. And because Steven Hillenburg wasn't there, and he sadly had passed away. So season 10 had more toilet humor jokes. Well, they aren't really jokes in my opinion, but toilet humor and just wacky, weird humor, and as over-exaggerated facial expressions. I think season 9 was like that too, but not as much as season 10. Season 9 only did it to make memes and for comedy. Season 10 does it way too much. And plus, there's a Squidward torture episode I disliked it with the lemonade one, where Patrick tortured Squidward by getting black lemonade out of Squidward, and Squidward did nothing wrong. So, season 11 involved more toilet humor. Season 12 was just terrible, in my opinion. And then season 13 involved more toilet humor, and so on. So, SpongeBob used to be this naive, hilarious, fun-loving sponge. But he had his crash-out Violet moments where he would crash out and would still stick up for himself and for others. He wasn't as naive as other characters believed, but he was still naive to the point where it was funny. Now, Morden SpongeBob is just dumb and always happy and smiling. He doesn't even crash out anymore, which pisses me off. And now I understand it's a kids show, so I understand where they're coming from. But bro, characters can still crash out in kids shows. You don't have to make him overly friendly. I get that if the new producer haven't watched classic SpongeBob. But bro, let SpongeBob have his moments where he crashes out. And then, now I'm on SpongeBob is just as dumb as Patrick, because, okay, so look. Back then, Patrick was more dumb than SpongeBob, but in classic SpongeBob, at least Patrick gave SpongeBob smart advice that would even surprise SpongeBob. And it was funny because SpongeBob would come to Patrick for advice, even though Patrick was just not very smart, but he still gave good advice. And when Patrick was dumb back then in classic SpongeBob, it was hilarious. But now in Morden SpongeBob, Patrick eats everything and gives toilet humor and does random wacky stuff that I don't care for. And he's just plain stupid and unfunny and Morden SpongeBob, in my opinion. Know that I respect everyone's opinions and that it's completely okay if you like Morden SpongeBob. Of course you can like Morden SpongeBob. You can like anything you want. That's okay if you like Morden SpongeBob. I understand why you can like Morden SpongeBob, because a lot of people may still find it funny and watch it for nostalgia. But I just don't think Morden SpongeBob is funny. Well, Sandy is... They gave her karate arc back in season 9. And then when Steven Hillenburg came back. And then since then, she still remained this tough squirrel, but a science girl at the same time. But she's more of a science girl now. And they still have her make wacky humor in Morden SpongeBob. And Squidward... Well, SpongeBob changed more than Squidward, but Squidward just gets tortured in Morden SpongeBob episodes, which is unfair. Mr. Krabs, well, they have him do wacky humor in Morden SpongeBob. And I mean wacky. So basically, SpongeBob has changed throughout the years. And I honestly think that the writers have been running out of ideas because they have been, making these episodes that are wacky that just don't make any sense to me. For example, they have the SpongeBob Search for SquarePants movie, entrance speed to find Dodger in the Bikini Bottom High School. How does that make sense? I get that they're trying to be creative, but the Bikini Bottom High School, out of all places, really? Why can't they go to places like that one ship from that season 4 SpongeBob episode? That would have made a lot more sense, since the Flying Dutchman owns a ship. Or why couldn't they go to Flying Dutchman World? Like that season 6 or 8 episode? I think it was season 8 episode. That was a good one that I enjoyed. But today, we're going to talk about Search for SquarePants movie, and I have seen the trailer. I liked it, the first SpongeBob movie, the classic SpongeBob movie, pre-movie SpongeBob movie, and I liked the second SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of the Water. SpongeBob used to be funny. In season 9 got funny too, but now it's just unfunny and toilet humor now. Plus, Nickelodeon has been making spin-off of SpongeBob, like Camp Coral and the Patrick Star Show, and Steven Hillenburg specifically didn't ask for no spin-off, and they didn't respect his wishes, apparently, which is unfair to Steven Hillenburg and not nice at all. If that was my show, I would have been mad. No, anyways, seeing the trailer for Search for SquarePants movie, and I gotta say, after the 5 3D movies, I wish to see another SpongeBob movie in 2D. Another one, I know this is never gonna happen, but I want to see another movie like the first classic SpongeBob movie in 2D. Also, I heard they're replacing the Flying Dutchman voice actor with celebrity voice actor, I think, and I don't understand why they're replacing him. I understand they want to promote SpongeBob, but I feel like movies nowadays just do anything to promote the movie by bringing any celebrity in the movie, like they did to Rihanna in this new Smurf movie. And honestly, I don't think Rihanna's voice fits Smurfette's character, because Smurfette is sweet, and I think her voice should sound sweet or kind. And Rihanna just sounds like Rihanna. Her voice is good. Rihanna's voice is good. I love Rihanna's voice, but I don't think it fits Smurfette's character. But the voice of the Flying Dutchman did a good job in the movie trailer. I just don't understand why they replaced him in this movie. Ice Spice is in this movie too. She's gonna be voicing a fish character in this movie. Basically, kind of like a self-insert, because since the fish character has her old orange hair. And she even made a song from the movie, which I thought was very corny. I thought the song was corny. I did not like the song, but that's just my opinion. You can like the song. Just, come on, the song could have been better. I liked it, Ice Spice's old music. I really did. But now her music isn't just all that to me now, in my opinion. And they just, like I said before, they just bring any celebrity in movies nowadays to promote their movies. I get that they want to promote their movies, but they can do a lot more with the movie than bring celebrities. It's like, they don't have to bring celebrities in every movie to promote it. They can just, you know how classic SpongeBob promoted their movie by having interesting storytelling, good writing, good humor, and an interesting story? They could do that in this movie. And the voice acting is already good, so they don't have to bring celebrities in the movie. And I completely agree with what all SpongeBob the YouTuber has to say about replacing the patch of the Flying Dutchman voice. Like, why are we doing this? Why are we replacing his voice, bro? I also agree with the YouTuber when he said that it was stupid to replace his voice with celebrity voice, because he said that we're not replacing Patrick Star Bill's voice with a celebrity's voice actor, so why are we replacing the Flying Dutchman voice? That doesn't make any sense. So in this movie, they're going to be the Flying Dutchman captures SpongeBob with his crew and Patrick. Of course, they trick SpongeBob, and gosh, I hate how oblivious Morden SpongeBob can be. I wish he was less oblivious. Besides, classic SpongeBob wasn't oblivious, and I wish he was less oblivious. I mean, but they made Morden SpongeBob so oblivious to the situations and to the plots, and he made it oblivious to him bothering Squidward. Classic SpongeBob would have left Squidward alone, and he actually tried to help Squidward have fun in that jellyfishing episode in classic SpongeBob. But here, he just oblivious towards the plot. So of course they tricked SpongeBob and Patrick and captured them, and they have no idea and they aren't aware of the situation. So Mr. Krabs and Squidward go to rescue them in a trailer. And of course the only way to get there is a Bikini Bottom High School. Are you kidding me? Out of all places? Wow, really? And they're going to the most dangerous part of the sea. Now I gotta say, where's Sandy in this trailer? I don't think I saw Sandy in this trailer. I'm not even sure if she's in this movie. She has to be though, because it's gonna be a big movie, so I'm pretty sure she will be in this movie, but I don't think she was in a trailer unless I was missing something here. Now, for the jokes, they weren't even funny, in my opinion, except for that one time a brick came out of SpongeBob pants. That made me laugh a bit. But hopefully this movie will be funny. Maybe it will be. And animation is alright, but 2D is better in my opinion. The colors are beautiful in some scenes, but the movie doesn't look like it takes place underwater, and that's a huge problem for Morden SpongeBob. It's already a problem in the show, because in the show, in classic SpongeBob, you can notice little things, like small things that make you know when it takes place underwater, like the bubbles, the movements of the bubbles when characters move, the bubble noises, the water noises in the background, and the animation looked like it was underwater back then in classic SpongeBob. But now I'm on SpongeBob, like in the fourth season, it started to slowly look like it wasn't underwater, but you could still tell a little bit. But then after the few past seasons, it started to slowly look like it wasn't underwater. Now I'm on SpongeBob, the magic of the water is completely gone, and that's faded away for some reason. Now just like they're on land. Like, bruh, why did they bring that back in the sandy fish called for Sandy? But why did they not bring it back in Morden SpongeBob, like in all the episodes? I guess they just don't care and they don't think that it matters, but it really does to Steven Hillenburg, I think. Because he wanted an under ocean show. So that's why I think it matters to Steven Hillenburg. But the animators and the writers, really, I don't think they think that it's important anymore, since it's a kids show. But kids need to know that this show takes place underwater, if it does, because I know it does. But anyway, the animation looks alright. I like the sunset in the background and the clouds. It's alright. But I guess the plot of the Flying Dutchman taking SpongeBob hostage is interesting, though. I hope this movie gets interesting.